Hello and all, welcome to a Galaxy Man Show interview show. So for my very next guest today is this incredible singer and songwriter known by the name of Lina Cooper. So I'm about to add Lina into the live now to have a chat with Lina about her incredible music. So yeah, let's add Lina in and have a chat with Lina.
Hello.
Hi Lina, how's it going?
It's going great. How's it going for you?
Yeah, really good, thanks. I just want to say first up, thank you so much, Lina, for taking the time to join my show. It's such a pleasure having you on today. So to people that don't know who you are, Lina, if you can give like a bit of backstory about who you are and what you do, and then we'll dive right into the questions.
Okay, yeah, first of all, yeah, thank you so much for having me, talking about music and, all that stuff. So, my name is Lina Cooper, guys, and I singer-songwriter. Honestly, there's so many things that I've been doing in the past year ever since I moved to LA. I even put it in like one sentence, but mainly I'm a singer-songwriter, but I also do music videos, and I'm assistant engineer at a studio, and I'm a performer, and I do so many things. I guess you can just say I'm a musician.
That's good. So we'll dive right into the very first question now. So you've created incredible songs in the past, like a song called What I Gave to You. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create this song, What I Gave to You? And what was it like also creating the music video for What I Gave to You?
Thank you for the question. I love the song, first of all. So creating it has been like nothing but just excitement and joy. I wrote it with one of my friends. His name is Kofi. And we have been stuck in quarantine together. We literally spent like, every day together because we weren't seeing any other people. And we were just writing songs. And this song came to be, I think Kofi had like a lyric that I really liked. It was something like, "We're not the one on the hill." And I was like, this cool, very interesting, like mysterious lyric. Like I want to write something. And then right away we just like sat down. He laid down this guitar riff starts with, and then we just like wrote the song in like one sitting. And the music video is just literally home footage of me and Kofi just, like literally like writing and producing and hanging out together and going out together. And the music video for me that it makes me smile every time I watch it because it's like super genuine and sincere, and there's nothing staged there. So it's literally our lives and what we did and how we created the song in the video.
Awesome. So for your very next question, so you've also created an incredible song called Ethereal. Hopefully I said that right. What was it like? Ethereal, yes. What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create this song, and like what's the whole meaning behind this song and like the music video?
Okay, I love this one as well very much. This one I wrote it back in like, I want to say either I think it was 2019. It was 2019 or no, 2018. And I wrote the song about a specific person, and back then it's basically a person that I used at some point in time, and then we just stopped talking at some point. We just like stopped seeing each other, and I saw him on the street that one day, so he kind of was like in the back of my mind throughout the whole day. And then I watched the video that was about like the Taylor Swift pop formula, and it was just so fun. Like I want to write a song like Taylor Swift. I just want to use like, and it's like little things basically, like the verses are based than the verses. Basically like the chorus should vary, the verse should start like on the downbeat, and the verse should start upbeat or whatever it is. And it's just like little, I want to write something like this. Sneaked out. I worked at the admissions office back then. I sneaked out of the admissions office for like 30 minutes, got into a piano room because I was working at the Berkeley's admissions office. So it was literally right there. I just laid down some chords, wrote lyrics right away, and before I wrote the lyrics, I figured out like what the song should be. called. So I just Googled the most beautiful words in English, and ethereal was the first one that came up. And I was like, this is a great word. I literally see a song, and I can feel like the song with this word. So I just like picked the word and wrote the song. And it was about the person that I saw that day. And I was sort of like reminisced about our relationship that we had. So that was the process.
Well,
Yeah.
can I just say, Lina, by the way, I love your like vocal range of like all your like all the songs that we're going to mention today in this interview. Like your vocal range is truly sensational, by the way. Like the people that haven't listened to Lina's music, definitely go check out Lina Cooper. She's truly sensational. And yeah, you have so much talent. And you have such a bright future ahead of you. You really do.
I hope so.
You do. You do. So on to the very next question. So what was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create this original song called "If You Ever Leave Me"? Another incredible song. What's like the meaning behind "If You Never Leave Me"?
So "If You Ever Leave Me" is very different from the other songs, because this one sort of created a character. Obviously, I didn't murder anyone. So, and the song is basically about this character that I created in my head. And this character is a very like passionate, jealous, crazy girl that basically just tells a guy that if you ever leave me, I will literally come into your house in the middle of the night. You can't hide from me. You can't, like move away and change your name. Even if you do all these things, I'll find you. I will come during nighttime and murder you in your sleep for what you did. Obviously, I would never do that, but it just like, I sort of also watched a lot of Kill Bill during the week that I wrote the song, and I was like so inspired by this like revengeful, like male character that I've had in my head. And I was like, she was wearing all yellow, and she's also blonde, and I know Thurman has like Slavic roots or something, if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, this is a perfect character that I could write this song like of, sort of. And I was actually seeing someone at the time when I wrote the song. So I wrote the sitting next to him in the car, and he was like, what are you doing? Like, where are you on your phone? I'm just writing. Like, I just had this inspiration. Never mind, like writing this. And then yeah, and it was just super, super sudden, but it was not based off of real life. So yeah.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So you have also created an original song called "This Time." What was it like coming up with the idea of wanting to create "This Time," and what's the meaning behind "This Time"?
Oh my God, "This Time," so far it's been sort of the, like, you can say, like the most successful song. It got on like Spotify editorial playlist, and it got, but "This Time" was so fun to create as well, because I co-wrote it with Kofi, the guy What I Gave to You with, and I just brought him the verse and the pre-chorus. What I brought the pre-chorus was the chorus, and I just played it to him. He was like, I love the idea, but I don't think the pre-chorus doesn't hit the way the chorus hit. So we just literally wrote the chorus on the spot in like half an hour, and it was like, that was my first most incredible co-writing experience I've ever had, because we were in the same room, and like you could literally feel the energy in between us of like, like you just like bouncing off ideas and like literally coming up with like melody on the spot, and it was super fun doing that. The song itself came to be after I went on this one date with this one guy, and it was super fun. I just turned 21, so that was like one of my first times like going out to bars and drinking, and like, went to multiple bars, and it was so fun. This is so cool. And then the whole night was pretty like cool and romantic. Really enjoyed spending time with that guy, and we're also seeing each other for a bit, but the song was about that first date. And I just came home and I was like, so, like in love and inspired. So I just like laid it down right away, except for the chorus. And then Kofi helped me co-write it. So that's how that one came to be. Yeah.
Awesome. So on to the very next question. So what made you decide, like as a person and as an artist, to pursue music in the first place? And who would be your like all-time inspiration, like music-wise?
So I've had, actually I talked to my parents about this the other day. They were, because I have a little brother, and they were asking me like, how, like, how did we raise you the way that you know what you wanted to do, like from the very childhood? What did we do, or like what happened so that we can do the same thing with your brother? And I truly know how it came, like, how I arrived to the thought of like being a musician, but I somehow just like always knew. I remember like I was dancing, in front of my mirror, like from since I was like 5 years old, like dancing to like, pop songs and imagining that I would be the same one day. And I was like watching MTV, just like watching all these music videos and dreaming I will get to do that one day as well. And I kind of like always wanted to be that. And at some point I was just like, I want to go to music school. And my parents were like, okay, cool. And they just supported me throughout, like my whole what I do. So I always knew, but it was also my parents' support that they definitely helped. And my all-time inspiration for the past maybe like, I want to say like 8 years at least, has been, everyone who knows me knows that it's been Taylor Swift, my one and only, songwriter, artist. She writes every single one of her songs for me. I respect that a lot as an artist. She's either the only writer or the main co-writer of the song. And for me, that's, and her songs are amazing, obviously. So definitely Taylor Swift.
Well, I have to say, by the way, like every single artist I've had on my show has said Taylor Swift. So you're like not the only one that said Taylor Swift. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So on to the very next question. So what does performing music like mean to you, like especially as an artist?
Performing has been always very scary for me. I remember the year I started performing, it was 2018. I've been writing songs and, like making music since I was like, 8, but I've never actually got to perform my songs for like many people. So when I started performing, it was, very scary, obviously, but the more I started doing it, the better I started feeling about it. And then, obviously more people started coming to shows, and then I started playing like better gigs, had a really good band and all that stuff. And at some point it was something that I was, looking forward to whenever I would perform. Obviously I haven't performed for, like a year and a half since the whole lockdown, but it was a big part of my life, and I hope it will be again very soon. I just have a lot of things on my plate right now, but it definitely is a very overwhelming, very warm, and very inspiring experience, especially to hear, like people sing along with you and listen to you and like clap, and then, whenever people like come in on a date, and then, I just see them like somewhere in the corner, just like enjoying, spending like their date with me, which is incredible. Every time that happens, it's just incredible and very inspiring. It keeps me, doing what I do, for sure.
So on to the very next question. So if you could work with any top 3 music artists in the music industry, who would they be and why?
Number 1, obviously Taylor Swift. That's a great question too. Number 2, I would probably say Julia Michaels, because she's a songwriter first, and she's an artist, and I feel like it would be incredibly fun to write with her. So I would love to write with Julia Michaels. And the third person, I would probably say Jack Antonoff. He's the person, like, I'm dreaming to meet him. and work with him. Oh my God, he made some of my favorite records of all time, and I feel like he is very like is a very genuine. So that would be literally a dream to like write with Jack, or you know, have a song produced by him or anything like that. Uh, so yeah, Taylor, Julia Michael, and Jack.
Yes, good choices. Love them. So on to the very next question. So what have you learned about yourself as a person, like especially during COVID?
Especially during COVID.
Yeah.
I would say I got way more time and way more opportunities to work on music, which was very fun. That was the first time, you know, like I didn't have to go to school. When I worked at the pharmacy for like half a year. But it was really, it was really, really fun. All of my roommates are also musicians. All of us were creating on everything, you know, like everything, like music videos and production and writing songs and like literally everything that we could think of, so that we would not go crazy. Or you know, like stuck between four walls, apartment. So that was really fun, and probably also just how important it is to you know, give enough attention and love and time to people that you love. Because I didn't get, you know, to go home because of COVID. I just came back from Ukraine, which is my home, where I'm from, and I got my parents for the first time in 3 years. So definitely, that was another thing that I realized during, for sure.
So on to the very next question. So what are like the positive and negatives into creating your own music, and how do you get through those like negative moments as an artist?
I would say definitely the negative moment would be anxiety and insecurities as an artist. Whenever you're not, I don't know how big you have to be to be 100% confident about yourself. I guess you have to be like at like Taylor level, knowing like I have this sort of like, you know, approval of so many people. I have, you know, records that sell millions of copies, and this is like when you know, like, oh yeah, you're good enough, you know, you're talented enough, and stuff like that. But when you're a small artist starting out, sometimes it's definitely, you know, like difficult to keep going when things are not going as fast as you want them to. You know, you start comparing yourself to others. You're like, oh, that person got that, and this person got a record deal, and this person is performing for this people. But I would say that's what my professors always, you know, like every, you know, therapist will tell you, never compare yourself to others. Not just in music, obviously, but, you know, like in like, you know, just like bodies, looks, character, personality, career paths, like you know, financial situations. You should never do that and compare yourself to yourself in the past. But it's definitely, especially for me, one of the most difficult things to overcome is this anxiety, like constant anxiety, like, oh, you know, am I doing the right thing? Am I you know, just wasting my time, or no? Or, you know, like, where is this gonna lead me, and when is this gonna will happen, if it's ever gonna happen? So definitely that's one of the hardest things about being an artist and a musician.
Awesome. So on to the very last question. So what's like next for you, like music wise, for the rest of 2021 that you would like to announce on the show?
Definitely have a few songs coming out very soon. I'm just sort of polishing out, you know, like all the things, getting them prepared. I also am working on not just a single, but an EP that's in the works, on an EP with my roommate and best friend, Will Wild, who you guys probably can see on my stories every single day. I work on music all the time. But we have something very special for you. It's just the two of us working on this project. And I'm super excited to finally, you know, like work on something bigger than just one song. But before that, you'll definitely get some more singles we have some really cool collaborations that I have in stock for you with like some of the artists that a lot of the people that listen to know. So that's going to be really cool. And I would say 3 collaborations that I have coming your way. So it's gonna, and music videos, obviously. I'm huge with music videos, so they're definitely coming as well.
Awesome. Any like last final thoughts that you'd like to say to people on the show?
You know what? I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna try to share my energy today because I'm feeling really, really great. You know, I just, got out of my job and, it's super sunny here in California. So, and I'm about to go and work in some more. You guys have a great day, and not just today, but every single day. Find a little bit of happiness and joy in every, everything that you do, and keep on doing what you love.
I know exactly how you feel, but I want you to say it. That's all I want.
He's so handsome, I go wicked and he's emerald eyes so crystal clean. This Hollywood smile makes me wanna sin. White t-shirt and jeans, so good on him. Shoulders so wide and posture so slim, just like he walked out of a Superman film. And he wraps his hand right around my waist. If I try to run, I would let him chase, drowning in dreams every night when he comes. What if one day he's gone? I ask. Tell me, do you feel complete with me? When I'm near, does your heart beat speed? Your love keeps me in oblivion. Tell me, do you ever think about it? Please don't pull me back to the ground. This love feels so ethereal. Can you hear me? Do you feel it? 'Cause you are so ethereal. His vaccines wait with deep brown curls, arms tattooed like a Louvre work. This Hercules figure will get every girl. His voice so deep and mellifluous. His speech drives me delirious. So how can anyone be so gorgeous?
Okay, seriously, but how can anybody be this gorgeous?
And he kisses my neck with his velvet lips, and I lose my mind with his hips on my hips. He leaves me speechless every time. Is he even mine? I whisper. Tell me, do you feel complete with me? When I'm near, does your heart beat speed? Your love keeps me in oblivion. Tell me, do you ever think about it? Please don't pull me back to the ground. This love feels so ethereal. Can you hear me? Do you feel it? 'Cause you are so ethereal. Handprint on the misted window, quick glance from the crowd at you. My smell still all over your pillow. Smile when I feel your fingers run through my hair, so messy, but you like it. Jacket, button, shoes, and tied. When I said it's just a game, I lied, but you should know it's fine. Tell me, do you feel complete with me? When I'm near, does your heart beat speed? Your love keeps me in oblivion. Your love keeps me in oblivion. Tell me, do you ever think about it? Please don't pull me back to the ground. This love feels so ethereal. Your love makes me feel ethereal. Can you hear me? Do you feel it? 'Cause you are so ethereal. Can you hear me? Do you feel it? 'Cause you are so ethereal.
I honestly don't think you would be playing games with me if you weren't feeling the same as I